Welcome to this explainer. You know that feeling when you open up a blank spreadsheet, stare at that infinite grid of tiny boxes and just feel a mild sense of panic? Maybe a cold sweat? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're going to demystify all this in our Google Sheets tutorial, and honestly, we'll transform it from this intimidating grid into your absolute ultimate organizational savior. Whether you're keeping track of a personal budget, managing a complex class assignment, or handling business invoices, this tool is a total game changer once you know how to wield it. Okay, so here's our agenda for today. We're going to cover welcome to Google Sheets, navigating the user interface, formatting and basic formulas, saving time with templates, and finally, exporting and connecting forms. Let's get right into it. Starting with Section 1, Welcome to Google Sheets. Before we really get into the weeds, we need to look at the broader ecosystem so you know exactly what this tool is built to do.
Because Google Suite has a lot of apps, and honestly, it's pretty easy to get them mixed up. You've got Docs for creating letters and resumes, Slides for presentations, Gmail for your email, Calendar, the whole shebang. But the crucial point here is that unlike Docs, which is specifically for word processing, Sheets is your digital canvas purposely built for tracking data, working with numbers, and performing automatic calculations. And the absolute best part? It lives entirely in the cloud. Remember the old days of losing a flash drive or your computer crashing right before you hit save? Gone. Sheets automatically and constantly saves your files. You never have to panic about losing your work again.
And getting started is incredibly easy. You don't need to install any heavy software or buy an expensive license. All you need is a free Google account. To create your very first spreadsheet, you just open your Google Drive folder, hit that New button, and click Google Sheets. That's it. 3 simple clicks and you're ready to start building.
All right, moving on to Section 2, Navigating the User Interface. Now that we've actually created a file, let's step inside and map out the workspace. It can look like a lot of tiny buttons at first glance, but I promise it makes perfect sense once we break it down. Starting right at the very top, you've got your file name box. It'll just say Untitled Spreadsheet until you click in there and name it. Below that is the menu bar, and right under that is your toolbar for quick formatting stuff. And do not ignore that green share button over on the far right. That is essential. The real superpower of Sheets is real-time collaboration. You could have 5 teammates in the exact same file at the exact same time working together seamlessly. Oh, and you can even hide the menu to maximize your workspace if you want to focus entirely on your grid.
Speaking of that massive grid of letters and numbers, you'll notice one specific box highlighted with a blue outline. This is called the active cell. It's basically the "You Are Here" marker on your spreadsheet map. Anything you type or format, whether you're typing grocery budget or, I don't know, making a cell bright yellow, it's going to apply directly to that specific active cell. Section 3, Formatting and Basic Formulas. Once you're comfortable clicking around those active cells, it's time to put the software to work and let it do the heavy lifting for you. Spreadsheets are literally built to calculate, and all of that mathematical power gets unlocked the exact second you type an equal sign into an active cell. That tells Google Sheets, hey, don't just treat this as plain text. I want you to be my calculator. You can type out basic math, like equals A1 plus B1, or use powerful built-in functions like sum to add up a massive column of 500 numbers in the literal blink of an eye. You can officially throw away the pocket calculator. And this brings us to the real magic trick, the autofill feature. When you hover your mouse over the lower right corner of an active cell, your pointer turns into a black crosshair. If you click and drag that, Google Sheets looks for a pattern to copy. So say you've just typed a brilliant formula for September's budget. You don't have to painfully retype it for October, November, and December. You just drag that crosshair across, and it instantly calculates the rest. It literally turns hours of manual data entry into 2 seconds of work. It is incredible. Okay, Section 4, Saving Time with Templates. Let's see how we can speed up our workflow even more. If you're feeling a bit overwhelmed by starting from a completely blank page, well, you don't have to. Sheets comes preloaded with an absolute treasure trove of fantastic templates. To-do lists, calendars, reports, budgets, invoices, they already have the professional formatting and complex calculations baked right in. Planning a wedding? There's a template for that. Need to track business expenses? It's already there. The whole architecture is built. You just plug in your own numbers and go. Which brings us to our final stop, Section 5, Exporting and Connecting Forms. Because while the cloud is amazing, sometimes your data needs to interact with the outside world. If you ever use Google Forms to collect data, let's say for a massive 100-person survey or getting RSVPs, you don't have to manually tally those responses. Right inside Forms, there's this beautiful Export to Google Sheets button. You click that, and it instantly pipes every single response directly into a brand new spreadsheet. Your questions become the headers, and as the responses roll in, they magically populate row by row in real time. It is automated data collection at its finest.
And finally, what if you need to take your work offline? Even though everything is constantly and automatically saved in the cloud, you aren't trapped there. You can easily export your masterpiece. Just click the File menu, point down to Download, and click Microsoft Excel. This is super helpful if you need to share a file with offline colleagues or submit a project for a class assignment. You are always in control of your data. We've covered a ton of ground today, from finding your way around the grid to unlocking the power of the equal sign and dragging that fill handle to save hours of your life. The power to organize your data is entirely at your fingertips now, so I want to leave you with this. From balancing your monthly household budget to tracking complex business invoices, what is the very first project you are going to tackle and organize using Google Sheets? Open up a new tab and start building.